Our Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Josh, double us, Pop, double straight. Shalom to all the brothers and of course, sisters pursuing the truth and sincerity and blessing of election be upon your house. Right. We get Psalms 83 to start. And we're gonna go into justice a little bit, man.
That's right. Basically, the premise of this lesson is at least starting off to show that us Hebrew Israelites, not black Hebrew Israelites, but Hebrew Israelites, have enemies amongst these other nations. Man. It's not just Esau, even the so-called white man. Okay, because our opposition that comes against us thinks that we're primarily coming against the so-called white man in some kind of hate campaign. Okay, and that's not the case. Because out of the 18 nations that Yahweh Shemashah created, he's only dealing with the nation of Israel, which is 12 tribes, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. And of course, the speckled bird mingle amongst the other nations. Okay, whose seed line through their father goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If the word and doctrine of Yahweh Shemashah resonates with you, you too are an Israelite, which is important to establish why we don't call ourselves black. Okay, because we are not all black. All right.
All right, so this is the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. I'm going to start here at the top. All right, let's preach it that name. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, make it free, right? And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
God, what this is going into is the confederacy against the nation of Israel, man. When you have these councils, these Bilderberg meetings, G5 summits, and all this shit that they have, we don't have any representatives in these hidden councils, man. Okay, we have no seat. All these other nations come against us, and they come together to keep the nation of Israel down, man.
Yeah. That's why it was such a priority to put those people in the land in 1948. And to say that, oh, these are the people. That's why it was such a priority when they came back into power during the Renaissance period to go and perform iconoclasm, whitewashing of all the images. It was a priority to do these things because the apostles, they always go into a testimony of this guy coming up telling them that billions of dollars was spent to keep this information from you.
Right.
How did you get this information? Right. Got put up in the limousine, back in the 90s, right? And what you got to understand is this goes back to an ancient plot for this devil to get his blessing back. Esau sought to kill his brother Jacob so that he could get that blessing. And right now he's trying to manifest his own pseudo blessing. That's why everything that we get day one, according to the promises, the immortality, the fact that he's trying to manufacture for himself. He's trying to manufacture immortality by way of artificial intelligence.
Metaverse.
Yeah. So this is a biblical thing playing out. This is a biblical issue that's playing out on earth. And we're telling people the pathway in which justice is going to be served, the pathway in which peace is going to finally come to the earth. That's right.
Ezekiel 39, verse 23. I'm going to start at 22. It says, so the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh their power from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies.
That's why people say, well, why don't you want to slavery? Well, the brother just said it was in the eye, man. That's something. That's how our people don't want to. That's a hard pill to swallow for our people, man. Yeah.
You got niggas like Charleston White. We ain't cursed, niggas. But that's just in our people's ignorance, man. Part of us being stiff-necked and hard-headed. Because it takes integrity to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, we messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's why we need Yahweh Shai as our mediator to get us back into the good graces of the Heavenly Father, man. Because we went off as a people. We were given the laws, statutes, and commandments as a covenant that we broke. Okay?
It says, back in the middle of Ezekiel 39 and 23, it says, because they trespassed against me, therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies, so fell they all by the sword. They said, so fell all, by the sword. Hey, and when you think who was the head nation that basically the Lord had gave us into the hands to, damn Edomites. So
Their
called
blessing, their blessing was the sword, man.
That's right.
They've been using that motherfucker ever since, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Starting, like you say, they came in that rebirth from the Grecians, the Romans. Look at this, the longest one, the longest captivity we've been in. And you see that transition going to another one, transition from Edomite to Edomite. Grecians, Romans, now you got what? You got the Greeks, Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Now we got what? To the 10 toes.
Right, right. That's the prophecy.
But back to Psalm, are you done there? Back to Psalm 33 and verse 4. All right, reads. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." That's why it's the whole world has to stop, and the man has to apologize for mentioning that he may be a part of the family of the Bible.
Right.
The whole world has to stop. He can't do anything else to apologize. Right? That's the mindset that he's in, and that goes to show you that if we stand up and speak truth to this earth, it's formed. It's called hate, because the man that is in power is in fact the very devil and antagonist of the story. So now that we're identifying who the characters are in the Lord's movie, it's a problem. You can't start to identify who the actual people are in the Bible. There's prophecies that play out that says this man is going into captivity, that he's the devil, that he's going to be doing wicked things in the earth. And what's going to end up happening is people start to really get a pulse on what we're talking about, and they realize these front groups don't have the fullness of what the word is talking about. They explain what is going to prophecy. They're going to have to come to us, and people are going to realize that, oh snap, there's no doubt that this man is the devil.
Right.
And when it gets to that point and it's solidified, that's when the devil's he's going to have to roll. He's going to have to roll.
It's Colossians 1 and 26. Yeah, this is Colossians chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, even the mystery which have been hid from ages. It says, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. See, like what I said earlier, he even made that point, man, about how Esau put all this money. He made the point about the apostles. How they say that they do
they get that testimony about the guy pulling up in the limo. Yeah. Getting out and looking at the signs. How did we get this information? It was divine intervention.
Right. See, I want to read the NLT. Colossians 1 and 26. This message was kept secret for centuries and generations past, but now it has been revealed to God's people. Now, who are the Most High people? Israelites, man. The so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, man. You see, because like the brother, he made that point about Kanye West. You see, we using the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
We can prove that we are those people. Them issues, they ain't proving nothing. They just saying apologize. Yeah, but you can't hold this shit up in court. You can't say, yeah, I am here. Where's your proof? We come with evidence. So if we go to court, if we actually go to Esau's court, and we have evidence to prove that we are who we say we are. Exactly. They can't see that, man.
And we see that every week. Guys come up, they think they know something. Then we bring out the precepts, we reference history, we say, hey, look at all these things. What else could it becomes irrefutable? So, that's why we don't really have to say, man, you don't got to worry about what you're going to say when you go before the judges. Because the Lord, indeed, He's going to put the Spirit on us. We've been rehearsing this thing. We've been doing it so long. He's going to put the Spirit on us to say that very moment. So where they won't be able to do it.
And it's beautiful that you said that, because we need to keep reiterating that this thing of ours is spiritual. Right. We're not out here being carnal and going and attacking white people. We're not doing that. That's not our mission. We're out here just to preach the Bible and bring out the prophecies, man. And Esau knows that. And he knows the only way to actually try to defeat us is one day it's going to get physical.
Yeah.
But then that's when the Lord's going to lift up that standard, man.
That's why it's ironic you see a lot. That's why it's ironic you see a lot of these groups. Like IUIC, they had that music video, the other body they talk about, smashing their babies and doing all these things. Now, the Lord's gonna recompense these people for things that they've done. But again, we don't have any part in that. Okay? Weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal to the down. Right. But it's ironic that you have these groups doing these things,
gun ranges.
Right.
You know?
Because this devil's going to use them as justification to do what he wants to do.
Like what you said with Yahweh Shai with Isaiah 63 when he said, you know, he's gonna do this alone. So celebrate, like I'm gonna come on like grapes, I'm gonna step on the wine press alone. He said he was coming from Basra,
Right,
these
right.
dyed garments. He said I'm gonna do it. All right. We're gonna basically follow his lead.
That's right.
But they want to spin that narrative so bad. Well, you gotta put this-
I'm just trying to get some way.
Okay, yeah. We in Psalms 83, and we it's lifting up not just Esau, because they want to make it a campaign and it's just Esau. Yeah, he's the main adversary, but all these people have a bill to pay, man. Everybody can receive justice with us.
It's Luke 21 and 15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist." That's what the Lord is doing, man. You know, Scripture tell you in Revelation that those elected 144,000 will be no gallon and found in their mouth. Man.
Right.
You know, we telling you what it is. We telling you thus said what the Scripture say, man. You know, we're not going by our own personal opinions, man. You know, like the Scripture saying that Ecclesiastes, many are deceived by their own vain opinions. We're not going off our own opinion, man. We're going off thus said the how about Shemel Shai. You know.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Because if you notice, these Christians, they don't come against Islam, they don't come against Judaism, they don't come against all these other organized religions as they do the Hebrew Israelite movement, you know, so to speak. That's because they know we have the truth.
Well, I'm gonna say this: they do this for balance. They do because you have apologists that just targeting on Islam. Case in point, David Wood. He is known for targeting or going against Islam, right? So you have different various people who are apologists that target false religions. But the biggest one that they're targeting now, or the biggest adversary they have now, is the truth, because we are actually taking their members. You know, not only so-called Negroes, but Latinos and Native Americans. Right? Why is that? Because going back to what the brother was bringing out, we go into these scriptures. We're in depth in these scriptures. This is a huge indicator who has the truth. The scriptures say, sanctify them with thy word. Thy word is true. In St. John 17 and 17. So really what we're coming out here is with prophecy. We're giving you a lens of why things are happening to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, right? For the lenses of the scriptures, right? We're prophesying and let you know why you're at the bottom. And that's a problem to the establishment. Because Christianity is a handmaid for white supremacy.
We're pulling back that curtain, like we read in Psalm 83. We're pulling back the curtain and showing the people, look at this plan they made up to keep us down. And they like, oh, they open the curtain, hey, what you doing? That's what's going on.
The skirts, like I talked about in Isaiah, the 47th chapter. Like, man, look at this.
Let's get Isaiah 47.
Hey, remember Ace Ventura? When you just saw him, like, this is a dude. Look up. And she was his best. They was like, oh my God, she's bad. And he's like, man, look. Turn it around, lift up her skirt, and everybody in there starts spitting. Everybody, because everybody drinking wine. Yeah, they look to the he's like, oh, man.
Hey, Esau is white man. White man, Esau is.
So it's a problem, man. You know, and we're laying it back to Psalms the 8th chapter. All these various nations have had their hand in basically keeping us subdued.
Yeah.
There's a term called middleman minority, where, like the greatest author, how you have a minority group that acts like a buffer between the upper class and the lower class. Now, if you go to the hood, who's serving us in these various gas stations?
You got the Arabs. You got, hey, over there in Garland, you got a bunch of Ethiopian and stuff. You got all these different nations, right? Moab, they're benefiting from us being in the position that we're in.
That's right. And it's basically named in Isaiah, the 8th and 3rd chapter.
Yep. But when we go to Joel 3, Lord gives us the detail on how they gonna be judged as well. So I want to go get that after.
Yeah. Where you're going from other nations, like you say, where they be in the stores, you know, when we go to our like to the hood, they in there, how you doing? How you doing? You know, it's like, damn, you don't got no, you don't own anything with you.
Somehow they own everything.
Yep.
Somehow.
Lamentations 2:16 says, all thy enemies have opened up their mouth against thee. They have hissed and gnashed their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. You know, like I said, it's good, like I say, lamentation, but look at that for today. They have swallowed us up. You know, like I say, we don't own anything here. You have these other nations come from their land to America and flourish. They get money off of you. Yeah, off of you.
They don't make money off of them. They get loans and grants, of course, when they get their income from our people, man. And then they, on top of that, they treat you like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hurry up and buy it. They look down. We're the people that they lift up their head against.
Yeah, like the brother was just reading, the person was said, this is perfection of beauty. Like, you know, these niggas, these are people are.
That's how they do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's a narrative about Esau, man.
Right.
So to tell you that his total walking through the earth, you know. I remember I watched like a documentary of Jake during the Vietnam War, man. You know, they was over there and they said they was I guess like they had a free day and they were trying to go to one of the villages and go to the pub. They was like I guess more of them was over like y'all niggas, someone y'all trouble. Now how did they the dude was like how do they even know what nigga is? Right?
Yeah.
Esau.
Never heard that stuff.
So yo, how they say the perspective of how people look at you is given to you by it's given by your hateful ass mother, man. Saying that you thugs, you know, the trouble, gangbangers, and murderers,
And it's, and it's so far that that's how we look at each other.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about, especially, I'm not gonna get on it today. When you think about the things the nigga woman says about the so-called black man, it's the same thing the white supremacists would say about a black man. This nigga ain't shit, he can't do this. It's the same kind of mindset that a white supremacist has. She's just a white supremacist with a pussy. You know?
Two horns. Because our people like to think that they're our people like to think that they're both against two different ideologies. Well, they're voting within the construct of the Western politics. So yeah, you might be voting for a different ideology per se, but it's under the banner of Western civilization, which is the image of the beast. And it talks about this in the Revelation 13 chapter. So our people attach themselves to these ideologies, and these ideologies have been weaponized against our people and support feminism. If you do research on feminism, the first wave of feminism was started by, of course, white women, and that was really for the rights of so-called white women. Now, when the 15th Amendment was passed or amended, you had these white women like Elizabeth Scatton Candy saying, "Hey, saying things like, well, you black women, if black men stop voting, y'all gonna be under worse captivity than y'all were with white men." Then here you had the second wave come in, which is heavily influenced by what's up, Gloria Steinem. Now she passed this one book talking about the misconception of masculinity in black men, and she was sanctioned or basically funded by the CIA. Right? To do what? To destroy the black household. Now this happened what? After the civil rights movement.
Yeah. When our people were trying to come, they said we got to do something. Right. They on this track of being together and shit. Nah, break that shit up.
Yeah. They weaponized feminism.
Yeah. In conjunction, so what? The feminism, right? Because let me tell you something. Black men didn't have control within how this society operates. There's no reason for black women to be like, we need to be free from you. We in the same boat.
They got that from white women.
They got it from white women. Now, in conjunction with that, during that same time, They came out with what? Birth control. So women were able to have recreational sex. But they didn't have to be responsible for the man they was laying down with. And that contributes to the breaking up of the family. Also, the Greater Society Acts, they say, hey, we'll give you government assistance, but the man can't be in those. Yeah, so now you got to think about those three things in conjunction completely decimated our people. Because before that, you had the big families. You had the Johnsons on this side of town, they had 13 kids. You had the Johnsons down the street, and family was a very important thing. You know,
Neighbors knew each other.
yeah, little boys walk with younger girls to school.
Right.
It was a sense of hey, we active stuff. Yes. But those two things introduced to us, completely decimated our family. But again, the curses got to play out. We're not going to supersede what the Lord says is going to happen. Right? Those things had to play out on a bigger scale to be a sign and a wonder or something. All right.
Okay. What's the thing to take a village to raise a child?
Yeah.
You know, you get down the street, I can't do nothing over here because you don't get my ass.
Yeah, right.
They go with that, you know.
Hey, if you get a woman, somebody, you Jones's boy,
Yep,
come here.
yep.
You know, it was that kind of environment, man. But that was all broken up, like you want to throw it into feminism, the birth control, and those decrees to encourage our women to separate from their men. And they think by clinging on to that image of the beast, that they can find some kind of peace. Like the white man gonna look out for them. Like, oh, we were here, we gonna look out for us. He gonna drop your ass like a bad habit. As this place circles the drain, he gonna drop. You gonna see that he ain't cool. In the so-called black man in America right now, they do with your ass. They don't want nothing to do with it.
That's why they cursing out the passport boys and all
The
that.
passport bros, yeah, man. It's like we went on look at Psalm 83 and 5.
Now this is Psalms 83 and verse 5. For they have consorted together with one consent.
So look, if you're in the car with somebody that robbed the gas station, well, what do you consider? An accomplice. So it's not just Esau Edom, man. It's going to go on here to list off all the accomplices that also have to be sentenced.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom
Esau Edom, the so-called white man.
and the Ishmaelites.
Y'all know who those are. You know, the people who would strap shit on their chest. They own a lot of the oil over there in the Middle East. The people, what stores they own out here?
Gas stations,
hotels,
7-Eleven.
So all these people that are benefiting off of you within this man's system.
Right. And the Hungarians.
Hamite Africans.
Like I said, I forget one. I missed one. Moab and the Hungarians.
Yeah, the Chinese. China is buying up a lot of houses over here.
They got West Coast on lock.
It's over, man.
You got certain towns in California that's strictly Asian. I'm talking about strictly Asians. In the suburbs, like ducked off in the suburbs. Hell, here in Dallas, in North Dallas, that's the whole area is Korean.
Yeah.
You know, but that's not considered racist.
Yeah.
For them to prefer one another. But when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans together, then that's racist.
Everyone should be racist. What is he saying? You should be for your people. That's what it means. Right. You should be putting your people first. We're the only people that don't put our own first. It's frowned upon. What you mean you're looking out for your own people first? Everybody else does it. I don't care how nice somebody talks to you. When shit hits the fan, the so-called Edomites are gonna cling to each other. The Moabites, they're gonna be together. Everybody's gonna cling, and y'all gonna be in the mindset, well, all of them no, nigga. That's just politically correct.
Right. The Baal and Ammon and Amalek.
The chief tribe of Edom, man. The people that have the power to stop the world if somebody calls them out. Now you gotta think about that. According to prophecy, we would be at the bottom of society. We wouldn't be able to halt the media, halt everything to make someone apologize. You wouldn't have that kind of power. Oh, so how can these people? They think none of the prophecies. They're not in the conditions. They don't have the sign of the wonder of prophecy.
You have to say anything. You just put up a vote. You got to give donations to their funds. You know, get donations to them. You got to apologize. They give you a list of what to do.
You got to go to the Holocaust Museum, which might be cold for some other shit.
Right? Not talk about it no more. Let people understand.
But nah, you had something.
Yeah. That's going back to the curses, man. So that's a red flag that they're not the true Israelites, bro. Right? You know, it's Deuteronomy 28:37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. See, so you wouldn't be at the if there was a real people, they wouldn't be at the top. They wouldn't be you can't say nothing. Now you gotta go to the hollow. No, man. That ain't what the scripture say the true Israelite, the state the true Israelite would be in. You know, they said they would be at the bottom of the press and crushed, man.
Yeah.
You know, now if they were the real people, what do they have to be saved from? They're at the top. You know, what's the point of the
Nobody
coming back?
them,
Yeah, nobody oppressing them. You know,
and they're not supposed to be back in the Holy Land. Until the
Exactly.
kingdom of heaven is established. Yeah. On top of that, if we are in the kingdom of heaven, if you're in the Holy Land, first of all, the landmass you would have would be bigger. You would be immortal. You would have a different kind of body than anybody else. You would be blatantly, you're not human like we're human. You would be extraterrestrial. You're not.
All shall be cooking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had shared a clip today, man. Like, bro, them niggas talking about raping little 3-year-old, saying you can do it. Talking about this, that's like a tear. They come from the eye, it just keeps coming back, so her virginity keeps coming back. You a goddamn devil, man.
Yeah, and that's why they.
Yeah, bro.
They
Wicked, what? Yeah, I think it's the media that they have to push pedophilia.
Yeah,
Now you got these people that want to call us rapists and stuff like that. Who? But you Christians, you have nothing to say about this. I'm talking about in depth. You might talk about it in passion or when you get fired up, but you guys have nothing to say about the decrepit things that is on in these cartoons that they're teaching these kids. Like that. Nobody's upset about that, bro. Right? Not enough to be galvanized to get out here on the streets and say something about it.
That came together. Quavo died. There was a million that came together online for a birthday. But this man out here, 800,000 of our kids go missing annually every year. You understand? They're putting everybody knows the symbols for pedophilia. They put the panda, like that eye. Yeah. Pizza symbol. Yeah, when you how do I say this? When you do that to a baby, the eyes get black and stress. Filled up. They get traumatized. And they put pandas and then Coach as well. The clothing brand, they just released some BDSM panda accessories too. All these people do things. All these people are partaking in this kind of wickedness. Like Quan is saying, nobody's mad. Nobody has nothing to say. The scriptures pose the question: who should stand up for me against the evildoers? And you people do not care about the evil that's going on, which again makes you accomplices.
Hey, a couple of months ago, there was a shoot, a mass shoot that people saw. This wasn't made up. This wasn't a conspiracy. You saw actually, elderly women, so-called black women, getting killed, getting shot. Right? But nobody talks about that. We're told anything that happens to us, it's swept underneath the rug. But you can just mention the Amalekites and you got actors come out of the woodworks getting on CNN. What was that? What was that outrage when these women, these elderly women, were getting killed?
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing.
It's been all over the news, right?
I mean, we should be talking about that now. You still talking about death penalty. Right. I had an Edomite mention that to me, and I was working out, and so I'm in LA Fitness. In LA Fitness they got the areas that you can go and play, racquetball. So I'm stretching over there. You know, two people like they boss up on me and just drop their shit while I'm stretching like right by the bench. So me, I got shit. I put my motherfucking foot right there. I'm stretching. I'm gonna stretch more and longer. She won't be asking. So he's like, yeah, I just got like, yeah. So I went in the store and I forgot this thing. I was like, oh my god, I hope she didn't go that turn three on me.
Right. Oh man. But you know what?
Yeah, bro.
Right. Try to get a rise out of you.
Yeah. So I started laughing. I said, that's not true, huh? That's funny. And then all his friends fell on top of me and walked off. And he walked off too. And she started beating his ass right while I started laughing. I started laughing. He hit the glass, so you know we just he started being petty. Right. You know, it's gotcha. That you know we at the gym, but they just let you know like there's certain cues that they have to make you remember some certain things that they want you to remember. But that bigger, that you don't see that when it comes to what happens to our people. What happens to our people.
They tell you to remember the Holocaust, remember 9/11, remember all of that. Remember Pearl Harbor, right? Remember all these things. Oh, slavery, that's in the past. Let it go. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
About 9/11.
Candace Owens, Candace Owens, she called out Kim Kardashian because Kim said to Ye when he made all those things, she was like, I have nothing to do with that. I don't support any kind of anti-Semitism. And then, because you know, Kim is a big promoter of Balenciaga. Now, right when that happened, it was college. She didn't have no outrage, nothing to say. She didn't say, I have nothing to do with pedophilia. She dressed her kids up in that latex.
Hey.
And she didn't say nothing until she was called out by another person. People said, oh, you're right, she didn't say nothing. Then she had something to say. These people, they're not, nobody has any moral conduct. These people aren't good people. They're not concerned with justice. They're concerned with the gratification of their flesh, man. All these people are lovers of themselves.
They use placentas for beauty. But I think they like rub it on them or something.
They think it's blood or you can't even say it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Break it up. The chrome.
But it's like what conspiracy theories, but millions of kids are going missing throughout the world. Now here in the U.S., a substantial amount of kids that are missing are black, so-called black women, black little girls being missing at an exponential rate. Now you want to blame it on black men and say, "Oh, y'all just pimping them on." Nah, yeah, we just pimp. We pimping out the. What is pimping? Trafficking.
It ain't the people on FBI.
No, that's what it's being funny. I'm being funny, but that's what they're calling pimping now. They're calling it trafficking. So that's what's going on. You got this trafficking and shit. Oh man,
where though?
You pimping them out, right? That's crazy. But when you do your research, man, these kids' organs are being sold on the black market. They're being raped, up being transferred here and there, bro. All types of wicked things are going on, man. Sacrifice, you know.
Okay, and y'all, you been to a football game? You've seen what 100,000 people look like. 20,000. Think about 800,000. Yeah. Can you? How could you even hide that many people?
Hey, for context, bro, if I'm not mistaken, you know, we out here in Dallas. The Dallas Cowboy Stadium holds 105,000 people.
Yeah.
So that's 8 Dallas Cowboy Stadiums. So people, you put it in context, that's, you know.
Yeah. 8 Cowboy stadiums sold out. Gone. Every year. Just here in America. We're not talking about the whole world.
Right.
I think Ukraine is a big hub for trafficking.
Yeah.
So you got to understand, man, what the elders saying, this ain't no lie. But they always want to try to blame it and say it's us.
You got certain counties who have 1,000 people. Yeah, that's like a whole county that disappeared.
Every year. and it's majority Israelite too.
Yep.
When they talk about the northern tribe,
Yep.
people talk about trauma and things of that nature, man. The northern tribe is catching pure hell. You know, a lot of women out there that have to go to prostitution, they're coming up missing. They get freaked on. They get freaked off on by Esau that has some money to go to Cuba, go to Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Getting killed. There's a term called feminicide. A lot of them are into the drug game. So it's a lot of wicked stuff that happens to the nation of Israel. Not only is the so-called black woman, but Latino and Native American. But there's not an outrage about that. Yeah, they're very dismissive and they're very, you know, for lack of a better term, up in arms, right? Or defensive, I should say.
Right. Yeah, that's a great one.
Right? Yeah, it's correct. Children on the border in cages.
Man,
2 weeks of new stuff.
with a foil blanket, with a little foil tin blanket or whatever. That's it. Man.
You understand? So all these nations, all right, are accomplices to the main adversary, of course. All these nations have partaken within these heinous acts against our people. And if we sit up and say, hey man, this isn't right, something has to be done about it, somebody got to make this right, then we're preaching hate. We're preaching hate because we're saying, look, you're killing us. Could you stop? Oh, that's hate speech.
It's woke.
Yeah.
It's woke. Now they tell us to get your shit together, but any movement that we make, you make fun of. But there's like being woke, that came from the whole conscious community.
Yeah.
It started in the late 1960s, 1970s, and it was an honest step forward for by Jake, you know, to bring up the community. You had the Black Panther Group out there, you had Latino organizations, right? What happened? The CIA destroyed it. And so those different ideologies that, you know, was formulated in the 1960s, 70s, they transferred to the 80s. It was, you know, in rap music, things of that nature, right? You know, it was always a movement of activism, of basically addressing problems within the community. Now, it didn't go mainstream until when? Until white feminists attached themselves to it and say, oh, I'm woke. And that's when it became mainstream.
Right.
So they're always taking our concept and utilizing it for their benefit, whether it be antagonistic against or protagonist. Meaning, hey, well, you know, accepting, if you will, which just goes back to Revelation 13 and 16, 13 and around 11, going into those two horns. See, our people are believing in these two horns, but it's attached to that beast.
That damn beast. The same damn beast.
Same beast.
Just because you leaning towards one side or the other don't mean you're not partaking within the filthiness.
Right.
Okay? Let's get the judgment. We'll go into that. But let's go to Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right? Because the Lord's going to make this right. You're not going to make it right, clearly. We have no desire to. And the Lord's not going to let us deliver our own selves. So he's going to have to do it. And it's going to be in this fashion. Go ahead, brother.
Go to the point for 3.
Yeah, you can go down.
This is Joel 3 and verse. I just started verse 2.
Start at the top, brother.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the headline reads, the Lord will rescue his people. Because we're the only people that need rescuing, man. You know?
This is Joel 3 and 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Now, all the nations are being gathered up to a specific area in the earth. Okay? All the nations are going to be up in that region with the coast of Iran. They're going to be gathered up in that region. This is biblical prophecy. We're giving locations, times, signs, everything.
They're actually gathered there now.
Yeah.
You really want in the Savant region
Yeah, yeah.
That code.
I think that's what it is. They're calling
Yeah,
it.
right.
But the Bible calls it this.
Right.
It says, and I will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
While they fight for dominance within this new world order, okay, the Lord's going to intervene.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
And that plead, like that's basically like he's gonna judge.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Jehoshaphat and how Shabbat was the Lord's judgment.
He said, I will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Okay, what people have been scattered onto all these different nations. It talks about the diaspora. We bring it out there every week. John 7:35. Okay, we were dwelling in all these different lands, taking on the customs of these different lands, and being at the bottom of each society that we dwelt in. Same as we are here in America, where the bulk of our people dwell. Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, 3 and 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot.
This took place in multiple captivities. Okay? Lots were casted for it. We're still being, right now, we've been going into this whole time.
Right.
Boys are being sold for harlots.
Right. That's more spiritual. Like brother brought out earlier, man, we look at teaching these children.
Yeah.
Basically giving them up to spirits.
Right.
If you do research, it's really going into the whole concept of fertility code.
Yep.
Of worshiping Asherah or Ishtar.
Yeah.
And the way in which we do that, you go to the temple, and not to get explicit, but you would have anal sex with either a priest or a priestess.
Wasn't some of the priests that they would change it, like they would change their sex? Yeah, that was a part of it. That was a part of it too. So all these different vibrations, that's why you'll see something, Lil Nas X, right? You'll see him straddling, the entity they call Satan, like that. But you know what I'm saying? You'll see him doing all this, in the music video in the prison, in the shower, dancing with your men. You understand? And it's geared for kids. That's children listening. Adults ain't like, you heard that? No, that's for kids. These are the spirits that they're pushing on the young. The belief was that if you can control the children, then you control the future. Which is true.
Yeah, true. It says, verse 3 and 3 in the middle, it says, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea. And it says they have given our boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine.
Look at those slave movies, bro. You don't see that. They were selling people off, man. That's actual history. That's some damn wine, man. Hey, he saw real big on that bullshit. You gotta have them little boys, man.
You want the Greeks?
Little boys. It's a term called pederasty, which means you would have these aristocratic men have relations with teenage boys. And that was a way in which they would limit the population like they're doing now. That's really why, another reason why they're doing pushing that population.
Yeah, they show you these old movies. I know TV series Spartacus. They'll show it. In fact, they used to take little boys with them when they used to go to war, and they would take them for sexual play.
He'll be holding his weapon.
Yep.
But at nighttime, he in the tent. God damn.
Yeah.
This
It's painful, but this is needs to be brought out. It's very uncomfortable, but this is, you got to think too. This is the reason why we went to captivity, because our people were actually going to these temples and worshiping these deities and giving it to these sexual cults, or these fertility cults. You would go to the temple and you would freak out. Think about King Solomon. The elder apostle Paul, he was a high level witch, meaning he took it there. In order for you to worship these various gods, things to
yourself, loud, and then with children. So there was a lot of things that was our people were doing that was a catalyst for us to be brought into captivity. But we're going into the mindset in which our people are following these heathens, right? And also we're bringing out our judgment within us following after these heathens. We were sold into slavery, and also we were made harlots, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says back in the middle of 3:3, it says, and giving a boy for an harlot.
Right. That happened over here in North America, in particular in Jamaica. That's why the Jamaicans are vehemently against homosexuality. Because that was basically a culture that was imposed on them. They actually called it cultural imperialism. You're forcing somebody to worship and do what you do. Same thing with the Greeks did. Yeah. And who is he talking about that sold us for a moment? The Greeks.
And sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, O Zidon?
So it's naming affirmation as well. So it's letting you know it. Yeah, we know who the primary adversary is, the primary deceiver is, but he had accomplices with him. Right?
O Tyre, O Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine.
More nations, more accomplices.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Are you gonna make it right? No, you can't make it right. You know how you gonna make it right?
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Hey, Numbers 35, was it 33 and 35 or 35 and 33? 35 and 33. Let you know, all this blood y'all shed upon us, let you know how that's gonna be made right. Now, when you understanding life and death, we know it's not a final thing. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. The Lord's gonna set a new high score on the death toll. He's gonna do it. We're just the weather forecasters. Right? But after many of y'all perish, y'all be brought back. You'll be back here again, man. It's to live out your hell, so to speak. But after our kingdom is built up, it's gonna be beneficial for everybody because righteousness is gonna be pushed throughout the earth.
And that's all slocky. But I was gonna say that's beautiful that you're bringing out that point, because that's a direct cut. That we have that understanding of reincarnation and coming back. That's a direct cut. Those Edomites that you mentioned earlier, they say, "Well, I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
That wasn't me." Exactly, yes, it was.
You are your forefathers, man. We come back every 3 to 4 generations. That's why people trip out. Oh, the Lord created that kid retarded like that. Well, you got to realize that he's living out his hell upon the earth.
You don't know what that spirit did to receive that judgment, but we have to understand it and why it's happening. Yeah. So we don't look at it emotionally, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I have relatives, that, like, yeah, man, this ain't fair. But then when you come into the truth, you realize, okay. And then you realize that this ain't final.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not final.
Back in 3 and 40, it says, 3 and 5, like it says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly, pleasant things.
We're the Lord's jewelry. But in this time, we become dross. Like silver has become dross. Somebody can get that. I'll find it while you keep going on. Because we're the Lord's jewelry. So you took us in like we belong to you. No, you touched the Lord's apple of the Lord's eye, man. Now we were giving it to your hands for our own disobedience, but the devil took it too far, and you was with him.
Right.
Let me get that precept.
Isaiah, bro.
Yeah, silver has become. That's what the man I silver has become dross. Okay, go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 22. And it reads, thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Thy princes are rebellious. And
Ezekiel 22 and 18.
Oh, 22.
Ezekiel 22 and 18. That's what I wanted. But that's a good thing.
Ezekiel 22 and 18, son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron
of what we were meant to be.
Yeah.
And that's why the nations look at us and say, this is the people, Lord. That's why they look at our own disobedience made us the great value version. But we're about to become authentic again on your ass.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, in the midst of the furnace, they are even the dross of silver. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin in the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it.
Now,
that it
we're all going to be, caught in that adversity. We're all going to be tried by the Lord. 2/3 of our people, the people that want to remain impure, they're going to be burnt off. They're going to be cut off. But there are a remnant of us that are going to be purified as gold is purified. And that's what's happening right now. The gold is being cleaned up. Yahweh is cleaning up the gold until he sees his image in it.
Yeah. Refining process.
Right. So you see, we all going to have little versions of Yahweh. That's why the scriptures say, man, when we know what we see, we should be like him. On that.
It says, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there to melt.
Yeah, man. So now we're going into John, the 3rd chapter, into how all these accomplishments are going to be judged as well. But 2/3 of our people are going to get it too.
Yep.
Everybody can't get it. The Lord's going to give it to everybody, man. Because you got to remember, 2/3 of our people, they're the same spirit that said, crucify, crucify. They're the same spirits that was killing the prophets. They're the same spirits that were in Sodom and Gomorrah, talking shit in the wilderness. These are the same spirits. So they run the bill up too.
Go back in Joel 3, verse 6, it says, the children also of Judah, children of Jerusalem, have you sold unto the Grecians.
It's starting to call people by name. And that's why it's such a problem when we go into the history and we show you in the scriptures. Like, oh, this is talking about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We talk about the Greeks all the time. People try to make the Bible like it's a fairy tale. But Alexander is in the scriptures. His generals are in the scriptures. And it all lines up. So it's like, this isn't some like fairy tale book. This is a historical document. Right. So it's starting to name these people who did particular things to the Lord's people, and they have an answer for it. Now, these people that are in rulership and that are in the Holy Land today, they go back to the Greeks. They go back to the Romans. So how you can't be both. You gotta pick one. All right? And as far as we're going down this checklist, man, you're not checking off the boxes to be the next. Okay?
What you say, that checklist with the Lord saying there to the representative, how he's going to deliver them and put them to a representative at the same time. So it can't be everybody that can be delivered. You know?
Hey, shit, we all had, even the prophets had to go to captivity.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? They like to say that, well, it's good. That whole nation going, you know?
He had to get it. The Lord told Jeremiah, even thyself should discontinue that I gave you. Serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. You know? Y'all got to get it the same way we got it. But, there's one people that's going to get it double.
Exactly.
He's a drag.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine. You know what I mean? What double, what we got looks like.
But it's going to be done in a righteous way. Because what they did, they went off. They, like the buck breaking, and we going to get this righteous, but it said double.
How does that look?
I mean, it's going to be, we going to figure out a way
to work y'all for y'all never ever say. Yeah. So move your ass. Move your ass.
Move you around to a face in the past like something. Hey, and the Lord gonna be putting his anger in us. If we couldn't be that, we couldn't get that man.
We'll figure out ways to get you underneath that water. You gonna do this and see too. Take you 12 ounce shit. Boy, ain't no folks. Right up there.
It's a long ass straw.
Yeah. And it can't tell it. Your ass back down there.
Yeah. Come up, skin all fruity.
Yeah.
If I can add real quick too, the Lord, he judges individuals, but he judges nations as well. Because the brother mentioned that, I want to bring that out real quick. It's Job chapter 34, verse 29. It reads, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. So that proves that the Lord judges nations. He judges individuals, but he also judges nations. Right.
Acts 12:3 and verse 16 says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them.
And that's the Lord gathering us from the north country, and off all the countries where we've been scattered.
Right.
We're the ones that have to be gathered. You're under, let you tell it. Y'all already gathered. Y'all already in the land. Y'all already, you know what I mean? Y'all got it. But that don't match up with what was said to me.
Yep. Says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense unto your own head.
Yeah, now I'm still thinking about what that double would even look like. Because it's prophesied in Revelation, man, that you're going to receive double what you dished out. And you know what? During that whole time, this how you know he's the devil. The scriptures say he's not going to repent.
Right.
The scripture
That's
says
pride for your ass,
he's
man.
not going to repent.
That's insane. Because the scriptures also say that no rough and perfect, no judgment has been done like unto the
Yeah.
but they're gonna receive double.
Yeah.
And we already know they're weaker than us just in general. But how are they gonna survive the type of punishment that's gonna come upon them, man?
It's going to be physical and psychological. Because the majority of the oppression, the majority of the shit you did was psychological.
Right.
So what is double the psychological shit you did to us?
Total control of the media. We'll have y'all women buying afros.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? See,
Just get some the sheep hair from round. I'm gonna get the sheep hair from round the butt. You know what I mean? Because our women get the hair from the horses and they got feces, horse feces in that day. So yeah. They walk around doing this all day. This shit. You got shit on your head.
No,
Yeah. Brown aluminum. They put that shit in your deodorant, the little spray on deodorant. The shit getting towards your bloodstream is fucking you up. Everything is fucking you up on this side. You gotta pay for that shit.
On a very, it sounds funny, but I'm talking on a very psychological level. You've been damaged, bro. Like we're fighting years of generations of stereotypes that's embedded in us. Certain defense mechanisms that we have was formulated from what we believe being black is. I get mad, so I'm gonna fight. I'm stressed out. I'm going to I'm gonna drink today. How much? That's generation of that bullshit in us, bro.
Because on the plantation, they'll force Jake to drink. Drink this. God damn it, I said drink it. And they keep drinking. Then they put you in a room with a bunch of other niggas and y'all fight. Now Jake go to the club. Everybody. Right. That same spirit, he don't even gotta be present no more. Because he's present here. And we're gonna be present in your mind, man.
And that's why going back to harping back to what you said at the beginning. That's why Willie Lynch said like they were so meticulous with the way they did our people. He said the only way we would get out of it was by divine intervention. And that's exactly what's taking place. That's why that Edomite got mad when he wrote up on the apostles. Yeah. Like, how'd y'all figure this out? You know, divine intervention.
Daniel 12:4. And this divine intervention, it also allows us to know the time where somebody gets named. Because the Lord said we will come back to this understanding of who we were. It will be synonymous with, the coming around people.
Daniel 12:4.
Actually, start at 1, then jump down.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the chosen of thy people. Right. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
The time is going to be so bad that Michael is going to have to physically step in. What is going to be going on? Now, I want to pose a question. Is your teacher, are your teachers talking about this time? We know they're not the church. But for you that know that you're Israelites, are your teachers going into there's going to be a time that's worse than any other time in history? And are they equipping you with the things that you're going to need to navigate that time? Like the name. Woo. You understand it's going to seem, somebody gets second up design in 15. There's going to be so much death going on that it's going to seem like the Lord isn't saving anybody. It's going to seem like he ain't saving nobody. What do you need in your arsenal, your spiritual arsenal, to navigate that time? You got to have that faith. That attached to that faith, you're going to have the right name. And you're going to have the confidence to call on that name in time of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I don't got that one. I got this one. Just going into what the brother just said, you know, how it's going to seem like the Lord ain't with us for it, you know. Hey, man. What you know?
That's hard. That's the modesty when you think about it, because you know we got different things like different movies and stuff that we see, all the atrocities that happen to Jake. Right. You know, it does something to your spirit when you watch it, but it's gonna be worse than that. Like that in this mortal flesh, that's hard to imagine. Right. A time like that before the Apostle Mark brings it out often. You know, like it's gonna get so bad that Michael's gonna have to stand up and become a protector. The Apostle Mark brings out that Michael's the archangel of war, man. Yeah. He's like the real God of war. He has a high status in the heaven, and it's gonna get so bad that he has to come down and protect us. Like, what are we gonna be experiencing? Yeah. That's going, you know what I'm saying? Like
behind your house shot, he's the one that get busy.
Hey, look what's going on in San Francisco. They legalized using I don't even know all about robot dogs to police people, man. Right after what defunding the police. Yeah. Right? So you're gonna see more and more of that going on.
You even see him now, I believe the company that makes them or massive produces them is called Boston Dynamics. And they're equipping them now with a rocket launcher. You know,
they don't blow up.
Why do you need all that? Why you gotta get called, bro? Yeah, bro. What's going on? What's going on?
They previewed it to you on that show Black Mirror. But they probably programmed it to blow up any nigga with dreads doing the hype. It's for you niggas. Yo, why they ain't creating that for their own people? Right. Now they all don't get caught up in the thing, but it's for you.
What was it, about 7, 8 years when that guy that was shooting, they had the drone go around and blow him up? That was it. Yeah. When that happened, the chief of police left. He stepped down. Everybody, there was something up. Like I said, he started looking at the front of the police. All this started happening.
Hey, bro, that's how they move. Mm-hmm. It's little step by step. Before 9/11 happened, you got to remember that too. But before that happened, all the ish people called in sick. Huh? There's just more coincidence, huh? Okay. What was it?
Oh, no. Oh, it's like it's still real. Yeah, well, now I was going to bring out that to make that point. This is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. And it reads, why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai? Why hidest thou thy face in times of trouble? So that's just going into that point that it's going to seem like, you know, during the times that when things get bad out here, that the Lord ain't with us, man. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to make that point.
Says this. Just to double down on this point, that it's going to seem like the Lord ain't saving nobody, right? So he's gonna be delivering the elect just in the nick of time. Okay, you got it? Okay.
1 Peter 4, verse 17. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
So it's going to start with us. It's going to start with the people that know they're Israelites, man. And a lot of you, hey, Eliasham made a beautiful point 2 weeks ago. All you camps that's getting extra as hell, okay, because we've been given our instructions. We've been given our orders. We have our reading which to teach and what we're supposed to do. All the extra shit, the gimmicks, it's gonna put your ass to the fire. But a lot of these front camps, man, they're gonna be in shield for the actual.
Right. Yep. Hey, some brothers that's gonna be out, gonna be martyrs, but you have some brothers gonna see chariots.
Yeah. So, if it's something you said here that's not true for us. You understand? We've been making deposits, spiritual, Matthew 6 chapter, right? We've been making spiritual deposits the whole time. It's time to make a withdrawal. We about this week.
And Lord willing, with those men, we've been doing it righteously from generation to generation up until now. You know, so as the elder Bawabas out from LA also started brings out, in that time, that's going to be the time when we're going to be able to cash out, draw. You know what I'm saying? We've been losing, like the elder just said, put to death and all this, you know?
Seemingly.
Right, seemingly.
Seemingly.
In the eyes of our oppressors. But really, this is the time we're about to get that victory, man. You know?
It's about to be a real big flex on y'all. Y'all about to be, oh, that wisdom of Solomon chapter.
It's coming soon too. Hey, it's coming soon. Hey, I believe it's really how I smash out. We're gonna be taken care of. This economy is about to crash very soon, brother. But we've been building communication, we've been building network, we've been building stability under that foundation of Yahweh Shai.
Right. Proverbs 11 and 4, the GNT, the NLT slot, it says, riches will help on the day of judgment, but right living can save you from death.
Yeah. This money that we're gonna have, not tangible. See, our people, they only believe in things that they can touch. Which is why they were the king. You understand? So you're saying spirit, they can't operate in a spiritual fashion. So that's going to be their downfall. A lot of these other camps, they still don't operate in spiritual fashion. They don't even know what it looks like. You know, and a lot of people are deceived and mistaken because you got particular people on TV and they must be men of the Lord. They're carnal. They can't church. Yeah. they can't understand that there's a certain way that deliverance is going to look. And all you got to do is read. We got examples time and time again on what deliverance is going to look like.
Luke 12 and 21 in the NLT. It says, there's a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but have not a rich relationship with the Most High.
Yeah, man. 'Cause look, you can hit the lottery today and drop dead on the way to pick up your damn money. What is it going to do you, man? There's people that are rich and they're sick as a dog. They can't even enjoy the wealth that they have. We want new bodies. We want a kingdom, but we want new heavens and a new earth where it's dwelling righteousness. That's true riches, man. We're not to have the fear of death. We want to overcome the death. That's the real riches.
The riches, even you had these celebrities, rappers, and all these things walking around with the money. Yeah, you know, look like they just balling. Yeah, but yet, strong. The what's the sacrifice thing they have had to do all that? They're not happy when you cut off the camera.
Yeah,
you know that's why they own all these drugs and all that.
A lot of them wear the shades. They don't want a lot of them don't have mirrors in their houses.
Yep.
They can't stand their own reflection, man.
they're ashamed.
Yeah.
This wisdom is the only thing that's going to save you. You know, that's why it says in Isaiah 33 that wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength of their time. You know, strength and salvation. You had made that point how we going to be laying up these treasures now. And we about to get ready to withdraw. And then we withdraw. And you go to that word strength in Isaiah 33 and 6. The definition of that word is treasures, man. Wealth, you know. So you're going to be able to draw where everybody else is. They hurt you. You know, we're going to be rich in the spirit, man.
It's about to flip. They about to go through a depression. Or we're going to be on the...
Like, you gonna see more hope and more come out here in that time too.
Was that Luke 12? Yes, Luke 12. What verse? Okay, because I'm going to say, if you read up like a verse or two, it goes into that account with the guy, the man that I got it right. Now, Luke 12 and 16, it says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. Right. It says, and he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much
that has much goods laid up for many years. Take thy ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the Most High saith unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall these things be? These things be which thou hast provided.
Yeah, man. Again, bro. Just because you get some kind of reward in this world, what is it really going to amount to when this world is cast down? And this world is getting ready to be cast down. These places are going to continue on. But our people have the same hope that this devil has. They hope that his kingdom. Right. A true believer in the Yahweh Shai is praying on the downfall of this place. Right.
They don't see life outside the so-called way.
They can't imagine life or existing outside of the infrastructure that this man has built.
Because he told him this is life.
Yeah.
He told him this is life. You gotta get told you gotta work. You gotta go to my school since you what, like 4 or 5 up to you 18. Then you can go to college if you want to, but your ass gotta work for the rest of your life. Then you can go to social. Then you can draw social security.
Yeah. Make it 65. You're appointed every day.
Yeah. Ain't no way out, bro. You out of there, man. You know?
Oh, we still the first people want that deal. Then we're gonna read this to Brother Moses.
This is 1 Peter 4:17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shai?"
You gotta understand, you don't have a shot in hell, unless you are attached to this power. For those that don't believe, for those that aren't walking towards Yahweh Shai, you don't have to choose. Yeah, man. And really, those who are supposed to make it, they're gonna make it anyway. Everybody's been given a part in this movie. And once you was given your part, if you were of the elect, you were chosen from the foundation of the earth, you're gonna make it regardless. But we're hoping that we're part of that number. See, go ahead.
Our truth is, you say, you tell a Christian, "Hey, the Lord is coming back today."
Yeah.
You know what that first thing they may say? "Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Not today. I got to do this. I got to do that."
Yeah. They're not hastening the kingdom. Nope. They don't long for righteousness to be upon the earth.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
And even the jakes that do, they have the wrong mindset. I forgot who it was. I was talking to Brother Shar earlier about that one jake that said, "What do you look forward to most in heaven?" He said, "Oh, a job."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
what?
Are you a homeboy slave? Bro, they want to continue. Bro, that's up with the point you made. You can't imagine life outside of the infrastructure or the format that this devil is playing. You can't imagine life outside of that format that this devil is playing. No vision. But when people have no vision, the people perish.
They got king mentality, man. They don't have a king mindset. Rulership mentality. Only the men of the elect, the hopeful elect, have that rulership mentality, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They become accustomed to being part of the peasant class. When it was ordained for you to be the ruling class. You're a regal people. We're already telling our people you're special. Oh, you niggas. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, bro. You got to die here and then you'll get right next time. Shit, fuck it.
Yeah. 1 Peter 4:18 it says, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved."
Scarcely means by the skin of their teeth. I always bring up that analogy. Indiana Jones movie, when he grabbed the artifact, and he running, and the wall's coming down, and he hit that baseball slide, and he barely, the wall come down and brush past the rear. That's how those legs gonna be saved. So when Ezra said, "Woe is me with the Luke in those days," it's because he's saying the man living like the Lord ain't saving nobody. That should strike fear in you. Like, man, what do I have to do? What should I be doing to be a part of the deliverance? Because from what I'm reading, it seems like he ain't, you know what I mean? And we already know how he get down. He only saved 8 persons during the flood. He saved Lot, his 2 daughters out of the side of the Gomorrah. I know how the Lord get down. Those are small ratios. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, the Apocrypha, chapter 9, verse 15. "I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved."
Everybody in church, I'm saved by the blood of Jesus. What did you say from what? I've been really wondering, like, what you say from? Because you said that you got to do it to the end. You say, so it ain't come yet.
But you also said, look, that we're going to be saved from our enemies and from all the hands of those that hate us, man. You know what I'm saying? When you look up the word save, it literally says to save something or someone from harm or danger, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Right.
I would say when I was like in the Christian church as a kid, you know, they do the water baptism. They, you know, dip you in the water. And I was probably about 11. Like, what, basically, they were like, yeah, you gonna be saved now. The Lord is gonna save you. Deliver you. Like, dang. So that's it. I think baths every day. Yeah, so that's what the Christian mindset is. Like, I'm saved and highly favored. Like, no matter what, the Lord is gonna deliver me. You basically taking your own. You're taking yourself and saying, I'm highly favored. I know I am. Yeah. I know.
It's a proud way to move, man.
Yep.
Because the scriptures say, in order for us to even walk down that pathway of being delivered, you have to have a renewal of the mind have to take place. You have to become a new creature. They get dipped in that dirty dishwater and go smoke a joint right after.
How it is in the Baptist church, you get baptized and have little thing, whatever. They
pork chop.
Yeah.
And the pork chop red. Go ahead.
Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. What end is it for you?
What end is it for a man that isn't walking towards righteousness? Because we know the day of the Lord is what?
The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light.
It ain't kissing and hugs and candy. He don't come down the white road with his chest out. You know, no, bro. Destruction, judgment, the worst time ever documented or undocumented. It's gonna be worse than anything that you've ever seen in your life.
A lot of these Christians, they had the whole mindset of the rapture. Of, one day I'm going to go and work. I'm just going to be in heaven. No, you have to go through trials and tribulations in order to get to the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. And these trials and tribulations are coming to the earth, by way of famine, pestilence, war, the sword, wild beasts. All these things are about to, hit the people off, provoke the people. And then we're going to see whether or not you believe in the Heavenly Father. A lot of people are going to turn their backs on God.
Right? If why would you do this, Lord? Why you let my baby 8 3 days? Why would you do this? Not understanding, man.
People dying, people ransacking other people's houses and stuff. Stuff that can change just like that, man. You got to see how quick they can change.
Blackout. A blackout, a 3-day blackout will change the world. It'll change your whole life around. You'll be a new person out there in 72 hours. Seriously.
Turn the world back to the Stone Age.
Yeah. You will have to become a new person to get through 72 hours. Yeah. Day 2. Woo! Day 2 is going to be, you will have to become a new person with that like that.
You don't realize the ramifications of something like that. Something small, as you look at electricity,
Like
the refrigerator's gone. Your icebox, your car,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Cell phone, OnlyFans, all that's gone, man. You
can't go to the store and eat. You can't go. You got you're trying to walk. People just taking people all they got. You looking out the window. I can't even go outside. Stinking animals coming.
Plus your kids trying to
Yep. Ray. Can't call Ray. They give you people for it. And he ain't think about you anyway.
Yeah, that's where the comfortability, of Babylon, how long it's been going. It's been going for generations. Like, there's no care in the world for something like that to happen. You wouldn't know what to do.
Right. Something as far as a shock test and these people, school. I know you guys are going into the store with a pandemic occurred. People just panicking and grabbing milk. Just grabbing whatever.
You could have walked somebody. You could have walked by somebody. Boom! They would have damn been around out there. Right.
Yeah.
We had to go to color stores trying to find toilet paper. Or water. Bro, you can't get a nigga
Right, right.
Right.
bro,
Think about how that might use where there's shit stuff on the shelf, but that's happening, bro.
bro, what was the store? Hey, bro. Bro, yeah, bro, a quarter egg, bro, like $6.
You know, the food they were charging a little bit more. It's gonna be a delicacy. See, bro, where I stay at too, kind of like lower middle class, man. You know what I'm saying? So they charging like 5, 6, like you said. You know?
Bro, chicken breast, a pack of chicken breast, 5 chicken breast, $20.
Yup.
Wow.
Damn.
Yes, bro.
Yup.
Yeah, that shit is going up.
Weeds
Yeah.
like $18.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah.
It's getting serious out here because one, job production slowing down, jobs slowing down. Hey, people get food stamps. You know, that once you get food stamps on the COVID-19, under the banner of the COVID-19 pandemic, but now they cut that down now. On top of the fact people are losing their jobs, they're trying to get food stamps, but they lack workers. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we're in that mode of like your brother said, quoted, the grind and the seats, this economy is slowing down. You want to see a lot of repercussions because of this. On top of new pestilence,
Right.
the RSV, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, that must be different. You know what I'm saying? My 2 baby girls got sick. I got caught so man, I couldn't shake it. Bro. 2 weeks is just pure hell. Now imagine if you can't go to the store and buy something to help you get over this sickness. That's coming, man. All these things is about to be a snowball effect. And these people that call themselves leaders, whether it be Christians or it's like they're not getting people ready for what's about to happen.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It's still a little bit more in that second Ezra 6 and 15. No, 9 and 15, 9, 15, 16. And then from there, we could go the grinding shall cease in second Ezra 16. Okay. It's 16, right? Am I tripping?
Exactly.
Okay, Ecclesiastes. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That and then we can go back to Isaiah 47. Let him go. Let him shoot that clock.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall... This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Now, the priest was bringing this out before we started expounding on what's going on temporarily as far as the economy, of how we had these various camps. Israelite groups, they're not getting their congregation ready for the said perils to happen. The number one thing that we are to do when we're out here is to prophesy, right? To let the people know that destruction is nigh. Through the spirit of Yahweh, this is what GMS and affiliate camps, this is what we emphasize. To galvanize our people to turn back to the Heavenly Father, to remember the Most High. That's what it's all about. That you have these other camps saying, we're going to build here, we're going to establish some type of government here, within, the whole realm of the Israelite movement, which is far off. The reason why is because this place is said to be destroyed. So you can't have the cake and eat it here.
Now, it's okay that you have endeavors and all, that's all. But you shouldn't be so invested in it where it's just like, it's taken away from the time that you give the Lord. Reason being, because when you give your putting your time into something, when you become so invested in it, you're not gonna be willing to just let it go. There's gonna come a time where everything that we have, we're gonna have to let it go. On the drop of a dime. Just be like, all right, let's go. All right? You seek to save your life, you should lose it. So this is something, have you been telling your congregation to prepare for that too? You gotta prepare to lose everything. Maybe even the people around you. The wife, the woman, they might be like, oh, we can't do this, we're gonna go. You understand? So you're not preparing your congregation for this, so they're not even mentally equipped to deal with the time that's coming upon us. They're going to be attached to the world. But when you're attached to their world, you're like an under Lot's wife, man. She was possessed by her possessions. Which is why she was that. Okay?
Those preachers in the pulpit, they teach prosperity. It was short, like YouTube short. And guys, when they turn on, he was like, God wanted me to tell you that you're gonna basically in 2023, you're gonna basically prosper. You know, you're gonna have money in your bank. You know, you're gonna have money in your bank. Whatever you want, he's gonna deliver. He's gonna get you to. He's gonna have your life to grow. You know, and then you just think about it. You know, when we read, you like that ain't what we're gonna say in this forthcoming. That ain't prophecy. Prophecy is gonna be mourning, famine, woe, pestilence, all these things that's happening. We're seeing that. We saw that back starting what, the end of 2019, 2020. We saw what? Famine. Now we're starting to see war. So what we do, we go into scripture. Matthew 24. We're going to what they we see wars, the rumors of war. We're hearing all types of rumors. We see pestilence. We're seeing you have one of my coworkers today said, hey, my daughter's sick. He said all the parents complaining because all the children are sick. He lives in New York. So when you look at these other preachers in these churches, they're trying to tell you that everything's going to flourish coming to next year. But when you look at prophecy and look at the way the world is moving right now, that ain't where it's at. You know?
This First Corinthians 14 and 22 in the NLT, it says, so you see that speaking in tongues is a sign not for believers, but for unbelievers. Prophecy, however, is for the benefit of believers, not unbelievers. See? Because that shows you, right, like the was going into that, he's saying that, hey, they're going to believe every fucking word.
You not interpret that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or say it again.
Yeah. You know? See, but that's not a sign for true believers, man. Prophecy, that's for the benefit of the true believers, man. See?
Jeremiah 5 and 30. A wonderful, you look at that word wonderful, and it's according to this study Bible, it goes to astonishing. So a wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, by what they want. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? You know, our people love to hear these great swelling words. We talked about it in Isaiah 30. Those days, see, right? So when all hell break loose, our people are going to be in hope, man. A lot of our people are going to give up their human faith because they didn't sign up for this. And so a lot of you guys that are calling yourself preachers, man, you got blood on your hands preparing your congregation for he said perils that's to occur on the earth, man. And he said perils, are right around the corner. 2023 is going to be an eye opener for the world, man. Right. Especially people go over here in Babylon. They're saying a lot of people are going to lose jobs, right? A lot of which means what? There's a downturn in the economy. Around what? When inflation is steady going up, it looks like it's not clearing anytime soon. Interest rate has increased, So if you're behind in payments, if you're using credit card usage, using that credit card is more expensive now, man. People are living off of their credit card, bro. So it's an unsurmountable hole of debt that people are trying to dig themselves out of. You know? So a lot of people gonna be in dire straits when time family arrives. It's around the corner.
I was gonna say what's interesting to see too is those Edomite doctors that came out and said people that got jabbed up have maximum 2 years to live. That would be technically 2023.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You're seeing the makers of it now with the people in China. All those people, because they took it first, right? They took it first on people who and all that. So right now you're seeing the sudden death syndrome. You're seeing all these videos of Asian people. Yeah. What is that? Right? And we took it, what? The people here in America took it, what, 6 months after?
About 6 months, yeah.
And I go starting to see that too. Starting to see that. So we had put some guy in the grocery store over here doing the same thing. Spinning, and drop. So now you're about to see. You think it's the free shot? Oh, wait.
You guys out there that talking about this, shame on you.
Blood on your hands, man.
Yeah, blood on your hands, man. But the Lord is so cool because a lot of you guys are sitting with their lives calling us rapists. You're going to be judged by your about you.
Right.
So a lot of y'all took that jab, man. Yeah. You getting on Twitter. Yeah, don't follow rapists. Okay, cool.
Right. The dude polite. That's where they had to get the clip from. When our apostles and elders was just going into what the scriptures say. It's how you deal with the matter when it happens. Damn, we can't say what the Bible says. Y'all call yourself Israelites too, but y'all don't go and break down what Apostle Kahar and the elders were saying. It was right according to the law. There's 3 different scenarios if it happens. You're supposed to deal with it depending on how it went down. Was she wrong? Was she not? There's a certain way on how you deal with it. Right. And you know what? The law is way better in the scriptures than it is here in Babylon. It's conducted to family. Right. Most times over here, if a woman is dealt with in that fashion, she'll be pregnant, she'll have a baby, the dude in jail. Right. You know what I mean? And the child grows up to be a piece of shit because he resents the child. Right. He doesn't have a father. He doesn't grow up in a stable home. But the scripture reverses to where, no, this man is forced. And he's going to,
take accountability.
Take accountability. And the heads of the city are going to make sure that he's taking that accountability. Yes. He ain't getting out of that. Right. So, but we in the wrong. You niggas are stupid. But God for life, he was brought there, cases was brought up against him for doing what he was saying we was doing. That's right. That's why that nigga's fighting that case now. Fighting that case.
He just push, he got money to push it back. But they still probably trying to future set. You know what I'm saying? Man, that dude is broke.
Right.
His teacher, Malachi, New York, come on, man.
Got convicted for it, bro. Right. But you know what? Y'all consider with that though, bro. Y'all called the elder a pedophile rapist. He went out there to speak to y'all. And then he wouldn't even speak to y'all. Y'all see him and they on a damn mic at an event. Y'all, so y'all got blood on y'all. Hey, man, the Lord gonna judge y'all, man.
Right.
The spirit y'all by y'all, bro. Right. You know, you out here playing games and all hell is about to break loose on the earth, man. This ain't about hate and views and things that nature, man. This thing is comfortable here in America, bro. Bro, wake up, man.
No pop.
Yeah.
Papa told it.
Bro, you're not gonna be able to just, baby. Hey, let's go out to eat. Let's get something. Let's go out to eat. Let's go chill. Hey man, they say date night now costs $98, bro.
$90 on average.
Okay. We went to this comedy club, man. We got 2 drinks in two small ass drinks in the plate. And that shit was like 90 something. I'm like,
you drink water down.
I'm like, this shit crazy as hell, bro. Like, I'm never coming here again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now imagine somebody trying to impress these females out there. Man, hell no, I ain't going out. I ain't say, bro, the love of men is gonna wax cold. That's right. That's right.
You know, these women expect for you to go spend money. You know, they're prostitutes. You know, they expect for you to spend money to access, you know, their body.
how they deem us as, great doctrine,
Right.
this. It all goes back to them being ashamed of the word. This is Mark 8:38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with his holy, with the holy angels. See, so you basically just the same with the word, man. You know, it makes sense to the elect, man. Oh, okay.
I was
Right, you got it.
I was doing that first and see. I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you guys are so up in arms. Back in the high school, you know that these young girls were jumping out the porch. These young ladies were jumping out the porch and their sophomore, freshman year. How old was it, bro? 12, 13, 14, yeah. 15, bro.
Middle school is when I started,
And middle school, that's a whole nother controversy. We just talking about, you know what I'm saying? Technically, people would be made a long time ago. You know? But the women, these young girls, who they get with? They're not getting with no boy that's 15.
yeah, back in the ancient
As hell. They want somebody who's more mature.
the father would make sure she was fair with the man that could take care of her. So she had a comfortable life. That was just the like in the East they even understand. But I've never seen any of these other camps break that chapter down. I tell the brother, is it not there?
No, I've seen some. You seen the man like a 3-4 hour.
Did they break it down right?
I didn't watch. It was 4 hours. I'm like, bro.
4 hours
like
to get to the point. It's straight to the point. The chapter is to the point.
I'm not pushing it.
You know what I'm saying? 4 hours, that means you was beating around the bush.
Yeah.
4 hours?
Bro,
Half a shift?
all you have to do is look it up. Google. All you have to do is Google and go into the actual history, the ancient customs back then, bro. They will tell you that a woman was married off around when she hit her puberty, 12, 13 years old. But y'all get offended, and they'll play clips of Apostle Hart saying that in the kingdom.
And then pause it.
Yeah, you know. That show you they don't truly believe in the Bible, man. They offended, man.
Our grandparents, our great grandparents, we look at them, 13, granddaddy, 20.
Yeah.
You know.
And they know this. They know what we're saying. They know what we're saying.
But they want to act like people like this, like me.
And we just.
Esau pushing for fucking 3-year-olds.
They ain't got nothing to
Right.
say.
Yeah, but y'all want to act like it's us. When this devil is in your face, pushing pedophilia on the shows, in the media, but y'all want to play semantics because we brought out what the scriptures say.
Right.
God the devil, man. You have your father the devil.
That's what's coming, bro. We're not gonna keep on saying that it's gonna get bad in here. Oh, it's gonna get bad in here. It's gonna get man. We're either the economy is crashing right before your eyes, man.
Right.
Hey, can we go back to that Ecclesiastes 12 chapter? Okay, go ahead, go to it.
Okay, Con. This is back in Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Remember now, thy creator,
That's right. Remember, right?
in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh.
We're in a time of grace to get it together, right?
So we get that liberty.
Right. Use not use not your liberty as opposed to maliciousness.
Right.
And that's what you see going on. You see people engulfed in wherever they want to do. In particular, these Israelite camps.
We gotta get out of here.
Adultery is the vibration of that.
What's on eyes? Entice you and make you go off.
That shit wicked. I just had to call that shit out.
No, I know.
That shit wicked as hell, bro. But anyway, man, we're in the time of getting it together because real soon the Most High is about to call, basically let them winds go, man. You know, and it's about to get serious out here, man. See, we on politically correct. We're telling our people to skinny. Now you got guys like Nick, that says David the 12th chapter is not going to happen. It's already happened. What? Right? It's a time like no other. You didn't see that? When did Michael stand up? He said, David. You didn't see that? He said that was. Y'all didn't see that? Am I lying? No, he was talking through the Jamaican pastor.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, he already had.
He was the Jamaican pastor.
He was Jamaican pastor. Like, no, it's supposed to be like a time. It's supposed to be like a time. No other.
I do remember
That's a
that.
terrible accent.
He was like, wait.
Yeah.
Is that when he said it wasn't going to be no second stuff?
Yeah.
And then he made like,
He
he's
said,
all about it.
that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Nigga, we got your camera, nigga. What
Hey.
you talking about?
Now he kind of want to talk about the end, but he's still trying to build his, he'll mention the MOTV. Come on, yeah, if you're taking the war right, it's fit. But he's not emphasizing the latter things. He's not telling our people, hey, you're going to need your house by shop. He's telling the people, hey, you're going to need IUIC. Right. That's a problem,
Bro, these people are not equipped for this spiritual fight. They're sending their congregation into a fight with dull swords.
They don't know what they're dealing with.
Back in the Romans, the Romans were seeing when they fight the lions in the Colosseum. They would send them into the thing with a sword that can't cut. Dull. It's just damn near a stick. They're sending their congregation into a fight with those swords. They don't have the full armor of God.
Hey, they tell me they ain't even fight.
They just walking in the oh yeah, go stop real quick. Yeah.
They don't really realize in depth how deceitful Esau is. They just, he's just a devil. He's just a devil. Right. You got to see how in depth this man is, man.
Right.
He is pure evil.
Don't get it twisted. This man got us under surveillance.
Most High gonna allow him to show his horns one more time, man. No, he don't do that. Get buck wild on you, Jake.
In 70 AD, they surrounded the city to where you couldn't leave. Okay, they starved us out, no water. Water supply was cut off. You understand?
Leather belt,
Shoes that I've all traded.
Woo! Our people resorted to eating their children. You think about the midst of despair, because you can get to a point where you're so hungry, to where you're not thinking straight. Can you imagine the despair of coming back to your senses and realizing that you ate your child? What happened to my baby? And then you realize it was you.
We was a little bit of higher stature back then, man.
Yeah.
Our woman now are true. No morals, no values.
Right. Now, if Daniel Club said something's going to be happening worse than that.
Yeah. Right.
What the fuck is they talking about?
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
He's not putting us the congregation in fearing the Lord,
Right.
in the remembrance of the nature. Because you remember somebody, that embodies a lot. Like say for instance, you remember a cousin, you remember his personality, his traits. But if we are waking up to who we are, we remember how destructive those kinds of be. Right? How much the Most High really don't give a fuck about your feelings or emotions. Right? You don't care if you don't know what he said when you speak like this purposely to illustrate how heinous the Most High is.
It can be ruthless. Nobody can be ruthless like the Lord.
The Lord of terror. Bro, we went over the fact that our young men were sold to harlots, to Edomites, whole sex forms.
We are tired. And then the Lord is tired of trying to tell you that your damn feelings don't matter.
Stay for 4 hours.
Yeah. Your feelings don't matter. Our feelings don't matter, man. The Lord gonna do what He said He gonna do. And the question is if you know where to stand when He get busy.
That's why you gotta fear the Lord. Stop playing with the Lord. The brother in Chicago said, just play with your kids. Don't play with the Most High. Yeah. Stop playing with the Lord. Before it get too bad out here. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, verse 16. It says, the Lord is known by his judgment, which he executes.
Woo! The Most High is known by his judgment. If you say judgment in history daily, we understand those of us that's in the know. You know what I'm saying? That the Most High controls good and evil. They teach that. Well, you should be teaching your congregation that evil may happen to them. Not teaching them to be self-righteous if they got it. We just gonna build this and we gonna be all right. Times are coming, man, where people's actions are about to be recompensed upon their head, including people's judgment, especially when it comes to the jabs and things of that nature. More people are going to start dropping dead. Yeah.
Right. Y'all gonna be out there marching, man, and all the lights is gonna cut off. Y'all gonna be all lined up with their purple on, all out in the open. We the rich. Boom. Y'all gonna be an open target. When the Lord had the blackouts happen in Egypt, y'all get me? He put that darkness out of Egypt.
Right.
It's gonna be darkness here. You know, he gonna show you how it was such a despair in Egypt that's how the Lord became famous.
Read Wisdom of Solomon. Yes. Wisdom of Solomon goes into the more in depth than they'll read Exodus. They'll read it. We said it wrong. Like it was a day. Now the Lord the Lord stressed that there. Yeah, man. And when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, it's more detailed on what the Lord truly did, man. You know? And he did your best put that for fear in your ass, man. You know?
And even though the Lord was doing all that, he again put it in the heart of Pharaoh's heart when he put it, he's like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna keep this devil gonna have that same kind of even though all this shit is gonna be going on, he gonna be losing too. He gonna be like, I'm gonna keep going.
For the same, let's say it in a moment, for the same purpose that I raised you up, so that way I can show my power.
Right. That's how we know spiritual life.
So between the rock and a hard place. Paul was reading it in Amos earlier, man. We didn't get to go down to the rest of it. But it gave you an illustration of escaping one life-threatening situation only to run into the next. That's what we're getting ready to step into. Everybody. Not just, them over us, them over there. They ain't talking about us. Everybody's going to be in situations where it is life-threatening. They move. But you know what? The elect are going to be miraculously escaping. And it's going to be to the point that people realize the Lord is with us. No way if they're looking how they're looking and they're moving how they're moving, except they have some kind of divine.
Jeremiah 25:33 says, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall.
It's already happening, man. Just going back to the whole there's been an influx in this between people of 18 and like 45. A lot of people are dying.
That's the age that was really pushing that. You know?
Yeah.
Damn. Yep. That's just one way. Now, you know, that's a more of a understanding. We're coming to the place where it's going to be more blatant ways. Like, want people destroying them, want a bread, cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? People being desperate. Hey, people ain't got nothing to eat. You got drugs to take over drugs. You got wallet now.
They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
So we come to the time of there's a strong possibility. We go outside, we'll see dead,
But it's going to come to a point where it's like,
hey, don't go over there to what you call it, man. That's what they put on the podcast.
like that. Like that.
I was just over at the main camp when we started off. It was this girl and this guy was over there. You know, he was laying there, but over a certain period of time, like damn, he ain't moved at all. It's been like 30 minutes. You know, he finally moved. I was like, that's how I can be. You gonna walk outside and see bodies. You know, you have to walk. He moved.
Hey, in Ethiopia, there's a famine in the forest. And so you're having like kind of like what they brought out in some music that brought out see, that's going on in Ethiopia. You're actually having to where people be so faint when it's on the ground. They can't move because they don't have any calories. You can just walk around like, man, they don't have any food to give them. What are you gonna do?
Damn.
Bro, we were going into earlier. That's why we got it. Go back to this.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened.
And it's going to literally be darkened. It's going to be about time, and it's literally going to be dark, man. This is going to blot out the sun here. There's going to be particular things that are just going on that's going to be like, bro, this is actually a living hell. There's a movie I used to watch as a kid called Back to the Future. I don't know if it's the part 3 when he went back to his time, but it was trash in the streets. People were just doing whatever. When Esau took over. Yeah, man, go ahead.
Nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
Grinders cease, the powers that be are even going to be kind of shook up with all the things that are going on. Now, when you're going into an elder farm, as these layoffs happen, what else happens with inflation and unemployment skyrocket? What else goes on? Crime rate. Because people need to survive. People have to eat.
And those that look out of the windows be darkened. No job. We're seeing that now. Mass layoffs. All this money Jeff Bezos has, he laid off with 10,000 people.
And then he said, don't make any baby turkeys. It's not working. That's what he said. He said, don't do it. Because you know that in those circles, they know shit that the regular person may not know.
And you're talking about his people, bro. You're talking about everybody.
You're talking about the regulars, you're talking about niggas.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, and everything they shall be filled with praise.
Hey man, the supply chain is something that's very fragile. And we've seen because of it being slowed down. 2 years ago when the pandemic happened, all those various goods sitting out there in the Pacific Ocean. Well, what happens if what I'm saying that is linked? That when trucks slow down or just stop for one day, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, that supply chain that goes off of, just in time doctrine of, okay, you need this much at this point in time, right? Well, that supply chain is dismantled, man. The place going and getting certain items, things like that, man, you're not going to be able to do so anymore. Right? It's going to be one week, next week.
And to your point, Elder, we've seen that in the beginning of this pandemic. You know, with the hand sanitizer, the toilet paper. Well, imagine when it's not just things to stop the so-called pandemic, but it's food to survive. You know?
Ain't no ramen noodles. Right? So, like, just to make it in layman's terms, somebody, maybe if a week goes by where goods aren't being shipped and received, every grocery store, every basic grocery store, the big ones, they have 72 hours worth of food. 3 days worth of food. Okay? A week went by, twice 3 days, where nothing is being shipped and received. What do you think it's going to look like if you do not have food in your area? What do you think it's going to look like in a city like Chicago, where the police don't even give them up anyway to come out of here? When they gotta eat food.
We'll get to the point where the scarcity of food happens, like you brought up. Right. Inflation happens, prices go up. So we get to the point. Jake gotta eat, man. Jake gonna go on these. I'm not paying for shit. I'm taking this, man.
Long as me, so wax cold.
They walking in there whole like, look,
And what? And what? Yes, go ahead.
Second Ezra going right to what y'all talking about. Second Ezra 6:24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those things that dwell with that dwell therein, and the streams of fountains shall stand still. And there, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
You think college your friend next door neighbor. You think college cool with you. Sorry, Jamal.
Yeah.
It's either you or me.
it's gonna be something too. It's gonna be, hey man, I know you know everything. Hey, you got King of Beans? You know what? Here, man, here you go. Let's say,
Yeah, give me everything else too.
hey man, hey, I know it's getting bad. I know you know. Hey, you got a can of beans? Hey, bro, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I gave you some water yesterday. I mean, I got a family. Okay, well,
Yeah.
hey, what's up?
Sorry, dog.
Sorry. Fuck.
Right.
I got a family. Me too.
Hey, man,
That's gonna be for the minute this time.
you hear your baby crying? I don't know if y'all ever experienced this. The girl had to go. The girl left. And the kids.
Oh my
Like with no food. Like, and they was crying. They got the soul.
Yeah.
And that shit was driving me. Hey,
Because
they was like,
it's in you to be like, I have to protect you, and I can't. You feel completely helpless from it. That's why we think about those curses. The Lord said, if you don't follow me, that's over straight. And people gonna be going through that at a high level. It's gonna be a regular thing that people are going through. You know what you would do to console your child that's throwing up, that's coughing up blood, his body breaking down, baby? You're gonna be like, I don't care about what. I know you got it. Fuck that. You know what I mean? People they're not gonna care. Nobody's gonna be trying to help you. So the men in that time gonna be going through it. How much more for the women? We're gonna, hey, Brittany had a baby video, she put the baby in the milk. There's gonna be a lot of jumping.
Second Ezra 16:22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape from the hunger shall the sword destroy.
It sounds a lot different than prosperity message.
Right.
They do, it's completely opposite. Now you'll look at it and be like, why they just talk about death and destruction? This ain't God.
The fear of the Lord, we persuade men.
Yeah,
This is a serious time to have.
we're telling you this to galvanize you to be in the spirit to change. To say, hey, what do I have to do so that it's not me? Because it's gonna be people. It's gonna be majority people, regardless of what you feel or your opinion. This is gonna happen. How do we get through it? That should be the question. Right? Zephaniah 2 and 3 tells you got to be seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, so you may be hid in the day of the Lord.
Lord wants to put a cold spirit on us. You know, you see how the dead like, you get called or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay my face. That's it.
He's gonna put a spirit on us to laugh at. What kind of spirit is he about to put on us? With all this happening, you see all these scenarios, brothers using spiritual imagination. Picture for you. And the Lord, in the midst of all that, he's gonna put the spirit on his head and show you to laugh. So I mentioned earlier, I said in 70 hours, the blackout happened. Someone could become a completely different person. He's gonna put the spirit on us to where we move different in that time, man. Right.
It gets to the point, like you say, instead if you want to about family, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You gonna have, like you say, you gonna have your family, and they see somebody, hey, they ain't doing something. They ain't gonna be no funeral arrangement.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like, they may be like bury them in the backyard and just put a cover over them and put them in the corner. Yeah, those there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, send them out.
It's tender famine.
I don't know. A lot of people don't die because they don't know how to interact with a dead body.
Pestilence is gonna spread. That's all I know.
Right. Right.
New diseases. All them zombie movies you like. Walking
They
Dead.
went nowhere either. But you talk about that monkeypox.
Yeah. Think about monkeypox. Then you got people on top of that. They took all these shots. They got HIV. Okay. Monkeypox and HIV. They don't look like the Walking Dead.
And don't forget that 5G.
5G. And they got the little mark and they can't think straight. It's gonna be the Walking Dead, bro.
You might see the drill out here.
Yeah. I need a red jacket. Yeah, bro.
Hey, because you're gonna have a lot of these women, they gonna, when she hit the fence, they're gonna resort to the box.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? You know how I do.
Yeah.
And they gonna get out there, and they gonna act. They gonna look like that dude off of the TLC video. Don't go chase water dogs. Yeah, don't recognize your face.
Like, goddamn.
Yeah, that's going on. A lot of people don't. A lot of it these pills.
Yeah. Medication. Drugs.
Oh, Lord.
And they got so many STDs out here.
That's so beautiful you point that out because part of that 3-day shutdown, Babylonians are so medicated and hopped up on all the pharmaceutical and stuff. But when they can't get their shots and their medication, they're gonna go crazy off of that.
You ever seen a pig going through withdrawal? Right. So think about, most people are addicts, bro. Most people are on something, and you don't look at them as an addict because they got a job, they go from day to day, but they're still an addict. Yeah, when they go through withdrawals, bro, people don't be
Added to
shit, man.
Man, ain't got no
this
cigarettes.
ratio will be at an all-time high.
Right.
I went to 3 stores and I came back. You spoke to that? I have a cousin that came up the military, and his girl, I guess, got into it, grabbed the cigarettes, squeezed the drawer. Yeah, I'm gonna choke the life out of me. That's something about their cigarettes. Like, you don't get a person like
Yeah, man.
that.
Yeah. That nigga is God. You don't know his God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm gonna say, I got that shit.
Where are you from? I've seen this in the world, bro. That shit. Once you get hooked on, you gotta have every constant life, bro. And you can't do nothing without smoking cigarettes, bro.
You can't take a piss without
Yeah.
You gotta have cigarettes.
Man, listen, bro, a lot of people really don't understand how, like you said, how sick people are here, man. Like mentally, you got crazy people here, bro. Like you said, people are addicted on different types of drugs. When that shit shut off, bro, these people are. That's why when you go into that word of wax cold, the Greek word is psycho. You know? Wow. The Greek word is psycho.
People love all them shows. They love all them shows like the Jeffrey Dahmer shows. People are infatuated with that kind of. They're about to witness it in real life. All the Jeffrey Dahmer shows and the show like the show called my name, but it's called You.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, he's a serial killer. And then he got a girlfriend that's a serial killer too. They just killing people and putting them in a glass box. You about to see that kind of stuff in real life, man. This Matthew 24, I just started. I just go straight to it. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. I want to see these Christians during that time. What you gonna be moving? What you gonna have to say? So are you even expecting this time to come? So you expected a new car, a new house.
Right.
Your church is a damn Price is Right show.
Okay.
We're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move a certain way when that time comes. You know, because not only are you said prison going on, basically speaking up against that new world order going to be unstable.
But like this picture that we painted for you, and y'all look at us like we're just the devil right now, right? Y'all gonna be happy to run across the left. we gonna be like, oh my God, please, can I just kick it with you? Class act. Can I kick it with you every time? That's gonna be all people that are talking shit, man.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be the people that have stability of our time, that wisdom and knowledge. Man, we never got Isaiah 47. Let's get back on this damn devil, man.
Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Because that picture that we painted, there's a man who set things up for that even to play out. The wicked being in authority, man, he set the basis for people to be in this kind of state. Authority people bring that state. But the wicked is ruling, and that vibration is on all the people. Okay? So he has to be taken out of their rulership. There has to be a change of management. All right, go ahead.
It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
So the Edomites, right? This is going to play out.
Yeah.
They're witches and warlocks that are sitting at the top of all the decision making in this place. They're going to be removed out of their rulership seat.
"But thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thighs, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered."
You mentioned the eighth man tourist scene earlier. Okay? People, it's right now it's happening. People are seeing this man for who he truly is. He's a pedophile. He's a devil. He's a bloodthirsty murderer. He's a liar. Okay? He's just nasty and profane. He's outside of the temple. Yeah.
Verse,
And he stinks. Go ahead. Like, you're ugly.
Isaiah 47:3. "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man."
So when the Lord comes back, he's going to come back as a great power. He's going to come back in the chariots. Ronald now.
Right.
He's going to come back in that great fleet, man. We was going into those, we didn't even get down through that. But the Lord's going to intervene in the midst of this World War III that's going to play out. And he's going to put the spirit on these nations to fight, even though they're going to be shaking in their boots.
That's verse 4. Isaiah 47:4. "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name. Yahweh of hosts is his name. The Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms."
Yeah, man. He's going to be revealed and he's going to be brought low. Somebody want to get Isaiah 14. Because right now, everybody views the so-called white man as God. People really look at him like his perspective is the only way. He said it. A white man gets on the news and say the same thing. People believe it. They disregard all the evil and bloodshed he did to get this place, to get in his position. And they say, he must be right. They look at him as a God, man, and that's what he wants. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14:12. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
There's light on the left-hand side. Okay? Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation."
Who is exhibiting that they have a God complex? Who is, what's the Ferrari? What's his name?
Noah.
We don't need God Ferrari. We don't need God. Yeah, man. But these are the people that are in direct opposition to the Most High, man. We're calling him out. We're telling you how justice is going to be served to our people. That's what we're doing. Okay? And we're trying to galvanize you to step out of the way of the destruction that's coming down the pipe. Right. All right, any books got any other precepts? That's it. All right, man. So Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise once more too.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakadash.
When the devil honest apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Shalom to all the brothers and both of you sisters who are showing the truth and sincerity.